Okay, so hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Great. Yeah, I had a lot of sleep today, really. It was really nice because yesterday I went to bed around midnight and I slept full 8 hours, so it was really nice.
Oh.
And when did you get up today?
At 7, I think. Maybe
Okay.
before 7.
That's quite early. Why so early?
Yeah, because I live near Poznań, about 30 kilometers from Poznań.
So how much time does it take you to come here?
1 hour.
1 hour, okay. And in rush hour?
1.5 hour, I think.
Okay, fine, I see. And what plans do you have for after our lesson?
Some classes at university, some lectures, and PE.
Okay, fine. So, what classes do you have at university?
Języku in Polish.
Okay, so I would say that it's a knowledge about language,
yes.
simply. So, about some connections between languages and...
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. What do you study?
Ethnolinguistic.
Ethnolinguistics.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Sounds quite interesting.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So today I have prepared a few things for us to do. And first of all, I would like us to talk about body language. Do you think that body language is important in life?
Yes, of course.
Why?
Because of our posture, our face, and our moves, we can maybe talk with the other people.
Yeah, and we can show and we can convey our messages, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, and what do you think about business environment? When you're at a business meeting and you speak, do you think that body language can be as important, more important, or less important than what you say?
In the middle, I think. It is important, but not the most important. The most important are informations, of course.
Be careful because you say information. There is no plural, right?
Yes.
So how can you say two? Can you say two? Can you say two informations? Can you? No.
Information.
No, you will have to say two pieces of information, for example.
A piece of information.
Yeah. So there's one piece of information and two pieces of information. That's very important. So maybe you can write it down. Okay.
Okay.
So. In general, you say information, but if you want to say about one or two, you will say one piece, two pieces of information. Okay?
Okay.
The same goes to, for example, water. You cannot say two waters, right? What can you say?
A glass of water.
You can say a glass of water, a bottle of water.
A cup
yeah.
of water, maybe?
Well, maybe, but that would sound a bit strange, but yeah, I think it would be fine. And for example, if you have bread, then you can say, what can you say about bread?
Loaf of bread.
Yeah, a loaf of bread is like whatever. Okay, fine. So now I would like us to talk about body language. Please read the first paragraph. I will help you if you make any mistakes, and then we are going to talk about it. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I'm all ears. I would like you to read it aloud. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah. So I would like to help you if you make any mistakes with pronunciation. All right?
Okay. Body language is the way people reveal their thoughts and emotions simply by moving their body in certain ways. More often than not, they don't even realize they are doing it.
Realize.
Realize.
It
could be the gestures a person makes with their hands, the way they move their hand, or even
here we have head. I think,
or even how they use their eyes or mouth. In other words, people can give unspoken signals which communicate meaning just as much as words do.
Here you say words, okay? It's not wo, but it's like words.
Words. Psychologist Dr. Kevin Lacey stresses the importance of body language. In order to make a good impression, just saying the right thing isn't enough. He says how we say it and the body language we use can be just as important.
Okay, so can you tell me in your own words what is the opinion of Kevin Lacey? What does he think about body language? In your own words, you don't have to read it, but how do you understand what he's saying here?
1 second.
Does he say that it's the most important, or what does he say?
The same important as information.
Okay, how do you say, you don't say it like that. I would say that something is more important, less important, or as important as. Okay, yes. You know that?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So the body language is as important as the information.
Yeah, the information is the words that we use. Exactly.
Okay.
So, for example, if let's say that you weigh 50 kilos and I weigh 60, so we can say that you weigh less than me, right?
Yeah.
And for example, if we are of the same height, how can you say it in English? That you are as
tall as you.
Exactly. Okay, very good. So I can see that you understand that. Okay, fine. Do you have some friends, or maybe you are one of the persons like that, who use the gestures really a lot? Do you know some people who do that?
Maybe in my high school, there was my teacher. Yeah, and she teach me economy. Yeah,
okay, she taught you, I think.
Yeah,
because it was in the past, right?
Yeah, taught me economy, and her hands were always around her face. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So I also know some people who do that like all the time.
Yes.
Sometimes it helps, but on the other hand, sometimes it can impede communication.
Yeah.
It can cause some problems.
But it was funny, and for me, it was really helpful.
Okay, fine. I see. So, look, here we have the first question to the text. Can you read it?
Dr. Lacey thinks that body language is.
Yeah, and just take 1 minute and think about the answer.
So it's C.
Yeah, it is.
Important way of communicating.
Yeah, okay, this one was quite easy, I think. All right, so we can continue next paragraph.
Okay. So what does Dr. Lacey suggest we do to improve the sort of message our body language is sending?
Sending, right? Our body language is sending.
Firstly, when you sit opposite someone, don't cross your arms or legs. He advises, and if you are wearing a jacket, open it. Otherwise, your position looks closed, and many people easily think you have something to hide.
Do you think that it's true when somebody is sitting like that? Do you think that this person has something to hide?
Maybe not to hide, but the gesture says, don't close to me.
Don't get close to me.
Don't get close to me, and I don't know, danger or angry.
I need
maybe.
some private space, right? If I do like that. Okay, and one more thing, because here he advises something, and now advice is another tricky word. So when you say, for example, especially when you are talking to a boss or somebody and you need some advice, can you say 1 or 2 advices? Can you say it like that?
Probably not.
Probably not. Very good. Good deduction. Okay, so what can you say instead of that? What did we do with information? Do you remember?
A piece of advice?
Yes, exactly. So we have the same situation here. You say a piece of advice or 2 pieces of advice. Okay. Are you good at advising people? Do you sometimes do that?
Yes, sometimes, but almost to my friends.
So usually I advise my friends.
Yeah, usually I advise my friends in way like, I don't know, maybe talk with boyfriends or something.
Okay,
just,
fine.
Yeah, simple girly talking.
Okay, fine, I see. Okay, you can continue.
Okay.
An open.
An open posture, on the other hand, makes people think that you are being honest. If you want to show you are interested in what someone is saying, you should lean forward with your head slightly to one side.
Yeah, and what does it mean? You should lean forward with your head slightly to one side. What does it mean?
I don't know, maybe it's...
Maybe you can show me. Right now we are sitting like that.
Yeah.
And what does it mean if you lean forward? It's like if I do a move like that, and I move my head slightly to one side, and now it means that, I am open and that I am listening. Okay?
Yeah, and maybe the eye contact, it's important.
Yeah, definitely eye contact is important. Okay, fine. So this
suggests that you're paying attention to them. Making direct eye contact is usually a good idea too, although in some cultures, such as in some parts of Asia.
Yeah, and here we have some cultures. Cultures, right?
Some cultures, such as in some parts of Asia, it can be a sign of disrespect.
Disrespect. Yeah, exactly. So now, question number 2 should be easy for you. Crossing your arms or legs.
Suggest you Yeah, are keeping something back.
Definitely. And looking someone straight in the eyes, as we had here.
Yeah. Should not be done everywhere.
Should not be done everywhere. Exactly. Okay, so that's quite easy. And the last paragraph.
Okay, but it's not just a question of giving out the right signals ourselves. It can also be very useful to understand someone else's body's language.
Someone else's, right?
Body language.
So how do you say, for example, that John has a car? So I look at it and I can say, look, it is...
John's car?
Yeah, it is John's car, exactly. So, but if this car belongs to somebody else, I can say, look, that is...
Someone else's.
Yeah, someone else's. It sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But it's like that. Okay, so someone else's car. Okay.
If, for example, you want to know whether someone is telling the truth or not, there are a number of simple signals to look out for. If someone's eyes keep moving quickly around the room and they keep on touching their face, Dr. Lacey explains, there is a good chance of the person is not being completely honest. So the next time you meet someone new, why not follow Dr. Lacey's advice? Hopefully body language will help you to trust and be trusted.
Yeah, so remember that if you advise somebody, then they can follow your advice, or they can simply decide not to follow your advice, of course. That sometimes can happen as well. Okay, and a sign that someone is lying
Is when they don't look at one thing for long.
Yeah, definitely, because it was said that the eyes keep moving quickly around the room. Yeah, definitely. And what do you think about the last question?
In the article, the writer argues that.
What does it mean? He argues that.
He points.
Yeah, he points that he wants to convince us that, because normally what does argue mean? Like the first meaning we teach children what is argue. Yeah, try to explain that.
Okay. When two people are talking with anger.
Yeah, exactly, in an angry way. Yeah, so the synonym is to quarrel, right?
Yeah,
you can argue,
quarrel.
you can quarrel, right? But you can argue that, and it means that you claim that you want to persuade somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does he say?
Our body language influences what others think of us.
Definitely. Okay, so in general, do you agree with the main message of the text, that body
Yes.
language is very important?
Yes, I agreed at the first time when you asked me.
Okay, so when you have a business meeting, or when you have a meeting with a potential employer or employee, do you pay attention to what they are showing, what gestures they make?
Yes, of course. It's important for me, because if someone stands just in front of you and do nothing, it's quite...
if someone stands and does nothing?
And does nothing, sorry. It's not natural for
It's
me.
not natural, yeah, definitely, that's right. Okay, fine. So, thank you very much. This is the end of topic 1.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've just been talking about body language, is that right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, fine. And we have encountered a very interesting sentence here, which says, look, here, can you read this sentence from here? Good.
Yeah. Good idea too, although in some cultures, such as in some parts of Asia, it can be a sign of disrespect.
Yeah, and we have something like such as. What does it mean? Can you give me another example of this? Another example of this structure, of this grammatical structure?
So maybe.
Well, I mean another sentence with such as.
Oh, so my mother is such as my grandmother.
Oh no, that would mean something else. So such as is used to say, for example, that here we have in some cultures, such as in Asia. You can say in some sports, such as in football.
Oh,
okay. So it's used to enumerate. Okay.
Okay.
So I will write something on the whiteboard. Let's call it a whiteboard. It's a flip chart, actually. Yeah, you know, flip chart. Do you know this word?
No.
It's typically used in business environment. I think we very often use a flip chart, so you can write it down because it might come in handy. Okay, so that's a flip chart, and we've just said that that such as is used to enumerate something, right? So in some sports such as football, and in some cultures such as in Asia, and maybe in some countries such as in Poland. And how can you finish this sentence? In some countries such as in Poland.
People are very nice.
People are very nice, of course, that's right. Okay, fine. So we use such as. And then we have two things that I would like to draw your attention to, because we have something like such or such a, and it is used in totally different circumstances. So do you know these two phrases, such and such a?
Yes.
So when can you say, for example, such a? What does it mean? How can you use it in a sentence?
If the word begins from
I know what you mean. You mean that word begins with a consonant, that's right, okay, but I mean a sentence with that. So, now, for example, she is, and then what can you say with this structure?
Such a nice girl.
Oh, that's right, okay, that's what I meant. Okay. So you can say such a nice girl, and it means that she is very, very, very nice, okay? So she is such a nice girl, right? But what happens, because this is very important, it stresses that here we have nice girl, so it's a singular noun. And what happens if we have, for example, water, weather, or something, sand, some things that are uncountable? What happens?
Yeah, so if it is uncountable, we don't need an article like a. And just
I would say not that we don't need it, but we really can't use it actually, right? Okay, so for example, let's say that you drink water and it's really, really cold. How can you say it like with?
Such cold water.
Yeah, it's such cold water, exactly. So it's such cold water. Okay, and these are structures usually used to emphasize something, so to give like a stronger meaning. And there's one more word that I would like you to ask you about, and this word is so. So can be used like I don't like football, so I don't play it. Of course, that's one meaning. That's the most typical meaning. But you can also emphasize. Yeah. And you can use it in front of an adjective, right? And how can you use it in a sentence?
So nice people.
No, because look, here we have nice people, like nice girls. So we would need such nice people, right? So how can you say it with so? If I start the sentence, these people, and
are so nice.
Exactly. So can be followed only by an adjective. Okay. It's very important that you say, for example, let's say they are so nice. Okay? So when it comes to, for example, business environment, we could say that this is such a good offer, right? We could say that such good businessmen, right? Or we could say that this person is so responsible. I could say it, for example, if I'm referring to my boss, I can say that she is so responsible, Okay, fine. And now, if we have this bit of grammar over, I would like us to do something else. I would like us to right now pretend that we organize some event together, okay? It will be a very important event, and I think that we are going to commemorate something. We are going to celebrate an important festival or occasion in your country, okay? Can you read it aloud from here? Talk
to your partner about each of the suggestions below and say how they might appeal to different people, and they then choose two that you think would be most popular.
Yeah, exactly. So we have 6 options, and I would like us to choose 2 that you think will appeal to people. All right?
Okay.
And now here I would like us to discuss, like we do during some kind of business negotiations. I would like us to use a few phrases.
Okay.
My first question to you is, how can you say "I think"? In other words, what is the other option to say "I think"? Because people always say "I think", and it's kind of boring when it repeats.
In my opinion, maybe.
Yes, exactly. So maybe you can write down "in my opinion", because I would like us to use these phrases while speaking. Okay. In my opinion, that's definitely a very good option. Something else?
My way? I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't say it like that, but what about, it's very similar construction to a Polish one. You say from my, this one? From my point.
Oh, okay.
So what is it? From my point of
view.
Yes, exactly. So it's almost the same as in Polish. From my point of view. And there's also a very nice, when you are, for example, sitting at a business meeting, you are all in suits, and of course you're in a formal dress, not in a suit. And if you start with as far as, do you know this sentence? Do you know this structure? As far as I am concerned. And that means, like, in my opinion, that is very formal, okay?
Okay.
So,
as far as I concern.
As far as I am concerned. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I would like us to discuss the topic, and I would also like us to use these phrases, okay?
Okay.
Fine. So the first option for this festival, for celebrating this important holiday, is to organize a firework display. Do you think that it would be a felicitous idea?
I can agree with you, because people like fireworks and other things, like on the sky, when they're lightning.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So when there are some lights and people people like watching it, definitely. When you were a child, did you like it?
Of course, I love it.
Okay. Fine. I see. So when I was a child, my father used to buy really a lot of fireworks, and we used them later, and all the neighbors admired us. So it was a really nice, really nice.
But
memory.
nowadays it's really expensive, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's because of some regulations, some new regulations.
Maybe.
It used to be cheaper, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. And now tell me about a mini funfair. What do you think about a mini funfair?
From my point of view, it's not a good idea, because I don't know, but other options are more suitable for me.
Yeah, more suitable. You can simply say better.
Better, okay, more better for me, like parade.
It's parade, yeah.
Parade. Many people likes
many people like.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like people in other clothes, like in big hats.
Like costumes, you mean?
Yeah.
Costumes. Okay, fine. So I think that a mini funfair would be typically designed for young people, for youngsters, right? Okay. But when you were a child, did you like events like that?
Yes, of course. Like the sweets and the popcorn.
Yeah. Okay. The corn, I would say corn.
Corn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. No, of course you can also say popcorn, no problem. Okay, so mini funfair is out, in your opinion.
Yeah.
Fine. And what about an open air concert? Because I think that such an idea, would appeal to quite a high number of people, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So, as far as I am concerned, the open air concert would be great for people and for me. Like the fresh air, I suppose, would be better than the disco and closed hall or something.
Okay, fine. So, in your opinion, disco wouldn't be the best for our event?
No.
Okay, fine. And do you think that those events like open air concert or firework display should be free so that more people can be attracted, or we should charge some fees?
It should be free, but of course, if on the open air concert it will be some star like from movies or TV. It should be. I should pay for it.
Yeah. Okay, fine. One more thing. When you say, for example, concert, when you say gym, when you say petrol station, do you say on the concert, on the gym, on the petrol station, or do you use something else?
At.
Yeah, use at, definitely. So maybe you can write it down. That it's very important because Polish people very often make this mistake. It's nothing strange for me. But you say at the concert, at a party, at the gym, right? Okay. And one more thing, fancy dress competition. Have you ever taken part in something like that?
No, honestly not.
Okay, so do you think it would be funny for people?
Yes, of course. It's something different for people. Like nowadays, people, I don't know, maybe afraid of humiliation of something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's
Yeah, but it requires a bit of courage, doesn't it?
Yes. So you have, you are sure about the people that they are courageous.
Oh, you can say brave.
Yeah.
Brave, that's the word.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
They're brave. They can fun with you.
They can have fun.
Have fun with you. So.
Yeah, and about bravery, because brave is the adjective, right? I am brave, but we can talk about bravery. So do you think that in business, because right now we are businessmen and we are organizing events, do you think that bravery is important?
Yes, of course. It's one of the most important thing in when you're talking about business or in business conversations.
Okay, and why do you think that bravery is so important?
You have to show the self-esteem the other person, and if you are brave and you have the bravery, you can show easily the self-esteem.
That's a very interesting point of view. I couldn't agree more, actually. And if you are brave, I think it also helps you to take more risk, which is, of course, one of the vital parts of business, right?
Of course.
Okay, fine. So what have we decided on? I think we've decided that a firework display, an open air concert, and
parade.
And the parade would be the best ideas. Yeah, definitely parades would be valued by children, right?
Yes.
Okay,
right.
Fine. Thank you very much. That is the end of topic 2.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I would like us to talk about competition in business. Okay?
Okay.
If you are a businessman, then do you think that having competition in the market is good for you or bad for you?
Of course, from my point of view.
From
my point of view, it's good because it shows that you're not the one person on the market, and you must try.
You must try.
You must try.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing I would like you to write down: it's in the market. Okay. So usually in the market. Yes, as far as I am concerned, when you have some competition, it allows you to be better and it allows you to show what you are capable of, right? So I think it's very useful. Okay, so right now I would like you to start reading the text. We'll talk about it and the rest will be for you to do at home, okay?
Okay.
Fine. So, please start.
Since Framer Associates won the bid for the city's downtown revitalization contract, it has been getting a lot of publicity. The publicity has prompted new clients to seek out Framer Associates services, and its business is booming, yeah. So wait a second. We have a revitalization contract, so of course a contract for example, renovating some parts of the city, yeah? Okay, and here we have that publicity. What is publicity, in other words? When you have to tell about company or something to other people.
So I would say that publicity is simply connected with advertising, right? And marketing. Okay, publicity. And it has prompted new clients to do something. What does it mean if it has prompted somebody to do something?
Attract new clients?
Well, something connected with that, but if you say that it has prompted new clients to seek Framer Associates, then it means that it attracted or it made them look for, it caused them to look, right? So thanks to it, they started looking.
Okay.
And its business is booming. How do you understand booming? Do you think it's positive or negative?
Maybe positive.
It's definitely positive. When you say that business is booming, it's like on the rise, okay? Your income is increasing all the time and you find it more and more pleasurable.
Okay.
And because you get more and more money.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, continue.
As a result, it has gone from being a minor player to one of our top competitors.
Yes, so a minor player? What does it mean if you are a minor player?
A little player?
Yeah, something I would say like less important.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that you own a big company and another company from the same branch comes in the market, and you say, oh, okay, they are a minor player. They will not, be a danger for us. And okay, you can be a minor player, but the antonym to minor would be
major.
Major, yeah, minor, major. So that these are two very important words that I would like you to remember.
Okay.
Okay, fine. And now because here it appeared also one time, please put it down right now, and I will write something on the flip chart, okay? And I would also like you to see if you understand that, if you know that. We have something very important in English, and these are conditionals, okay?
Yes.
We had the one sentence here, and I would like to see if you know how to construct such sentences.
Okay.
So we have a few basic types. Basically, it's a very easy subject, so don't worry. We usually grammarians, people that take care of grammar, they call them like zero conditional, and this is a conditional when you talk about, for example, laws of nature or general truths. Okay. So, for example, if I say, let's say, if it rains, and how can you finish this sentence? Try. I will correct you, of course, if you make a mistake.
I don't know. I'm wet.
Well, yeah, you could say it like that. Maybe I would say that if it rains, it is wet. You can say it like that, because usually, like it's difficult to be. If it rains, it just has to be wet, right? There's no other option actually. So if it rains,
if you go outside, you will be wet.
Yeah, but that's a different conditional, but a very good example. So this is conditional type 1, and you say, for example, let's say that we are friends. I'm talking to you, and I'm inviting you for a beer. Okay, next day, and you say, well, fine, but if it rains. And you are talking about tomorrow, so you cannot say it like that, because it would be like a rule, and it's not a rule, it's just about tomorrow. So if it rains tomorrow, I will. What will you do if it rains tomorrow?
I will be sitting at home.
I will be sitting at home would be fine. I will say I will stay at home, for example, okay? I will stay at home. Okay, so for example, I can also say, if I sign this contract, okay, if I sign this contract, what? How can you finish this sentence?
Oh, I will be the major player.
I will be the major player, that's very nice. So I will be and the major player. Okay, so you understand that.
Yes.
And one more conditional, type 2, very important. Okay, so type 2 conditional is used when you complain or when you want to say about things that actually are not true right now. So you can say that we have a company and we are minor players, okay?
Okay.
So you can say, if we weren't minor players, and what? How can you finish the sentence? If we weren't minor players,
we would be major players.
Oh yeah, fine. But do you think that if you are a major player, do you have a lot of money? If you are a major player?
Yes.
Yes. So if we weren't minor players, we would be rich, for example, right? So this is what I would like you to remember. We would be rich. That here, it's not a real situation, okay? Because we are not, because we are minor players. So if we weren't minor players, we would be rich, okay? Here is like, if I sign simply right now, I will be rich, or I will be a major player, or I will have a lot of contracts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And here it's simply 2 times present simple, because you show that this is simply a law of nature, okay, or some kind of truth.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much. That's the end of topic 3.